Good morning, everybody. So do you guys know what this is? Anybody know what this is? Pull it back and you can shoot things with it. It's a slingshot, right? So do you know of any Bible story that has a slingshot in it? Maybe some rocks or something? That's the story that we're going to talk about today. It's the story of David and Goliath. So the story of David and Goliath is about good people, the good guys who were God's people, and the bad guys who were the Philistines. And the bad guys, the Philistines, had a really bad guy, and his name was Goliath. Goliath was huge. He was 9 feet tall, and his spear alone that he fought with would have weighed probably almost 2 of you. His armor was like carrying a grown man. This man was ginormous. He was huge. So all of God's people were really scared to fight him because they knew that they would lose. And so Goliath kept coming out, and he would be really mean to them, and he would say, listen, if you fight me and you win, we'll be your slaves. But if we fight and I win, then you have to be all of our slaves. So of course the people were scared to go and fight him because this dude's ginormous. That's like trying to wrestle your dad or somebody, and you know that they're gonna win because they're a lot bigger than you. And so God's people were scared to go, and they were scared to fight Goliath, except for one boy, and his name was David. David was the son of Jesse, and he had brothers who were in the army that were part of the good people. And so Jesse sent David to take food and to check on his brothers. And so David went to check on them, and when he got there, he heard somebody. You know who he heard? He heard Goliath. And David, who was little, he wasn't in the army because he was a really little guy. He said, you know what? I'll fight Goliath. And these people everybody's like, oh, that's probably not a good idea, David. And he's like, no, it's okay. God will help me. So King Saul thought, okay, we can try it. So he took David, and he said, David, here's my armor. Go ahead and put my armor on. So David puts on all the armor, and it's huge because King Saul was bigger than David because he's so tiny. And David's like, this isn't going to help me. This is going to make it worse. I don't need this armor. King Saul's like, dude, you need this armor. He's like, no, it's okay. God will be with me. God will protect me, and he'll help me. King Saul's like, David, that man's 9 feet tall. His spear probably weighs more than you alone. He's really big. You need something to protect you. And David said, you know what? I've got God to protect me. I don't need that armor. So what he did next was he took his slingshot, and he picked 5 stones. Can you count with me to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He took 5 stones and got ready to fight Goliath, the huge Goliath, with all of the things, his spear and everything that he could easily kill David with. And David took 5 rocks with him and this little slingshot to try to kill Goliath. All right, so we're gonna try something now. So I'm gonna pick 5 stones, and I'm gonna need your help, okay? I'm gonna pick 5 rocks, and I'm gonna try to, I don't know how good I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna try to sling them, okay? So let's find 5 rocks here. Let's see. You think about that one. I think it'll be all right. Let's see. What do you think? Like it? I'll try it. All right, I think that one's pretty good. So there's 3. Let's see here. Ooh, I like that one. 4. Oh, yeah, that one. How about that one? I like it. There's 5. Okay, so see, there's my 5 rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like David picked. All right, we're gonna head over and we're gonna try something. All right, let's try this. So have you ever tried to shoot a slingshot? I'm gonna be honest, I haven't. I'm gonna try it today and we'll see how it goes. But the one that David used it wasn't been even harder than this. This one's going to be hard. I'm sure I will probably miss a lot. But the one that David used was like a belt, kind of like you use to hold your pants up. And David would have had to put the rock in there, hold it just right, wave it around his head, and when he did, he had to let one side go. And when he let one side go, it would go shooting across, it would throw the rock across. So just like the slingshot, see, you can throw it like that. David, his had to be perfect. He had to let the one side go just at the right time, and that would have been hard. Now I've got balloons here that are full of paint. I've got my 5 stones. I put them in my pocket so I can get to them easy. I'm going to try to take this slingshot and hit one of these balloons. We'll see how long this takes. It could be a little while, but let's try it. All right, here goes nothing. Ready? Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. My rock fell right in front of me, and I've got this cool slingshot. Let's try this again. All right, let's try a different method. Ready? Ah! Oh, I missed.
That was close.
That was close. All right, let's try again.
Oh, you hit the board.
Got it.
That was the board.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm all twisted. All right. This is my 3rd rock. Let's see how this goes. Not good. It wasn't good. All right, let's try again.
Oh, you bounced the balloon. I like your stance.
Thank you. Gotta get in the mood. All right, try again. Oh, I almost got it. That's all 5 rocks, so I gotta collect more rocks now. All right, I'm starting with 5 rocks again. Let's try it. We're close. We're real close. Here we go. Oh! That happened. All right, so I shot 10 rocks. I had 10 stones. I hit this one poor little balloon here. Oh no. 10 rocks. Do you know how many David needed? David used 1 rock. He picked 5, but he took 1 rock, he put it in his slingshot, swung it around his head, and then he let it go. And it went whiz through the air. And guess what? It hit Goliath right there in the forehead. And Goliath was probably pretty surprised because he's thinking, this little chump's not going to do anything to me. And the rock hits him, and he's like, whoa. And they just falls right over. And guess what? David killed him. He had won. God's people won. And the bad guys, the Philistines, they went running because they were terrified. These bad guys, they weren't afraid of anybody. They were terrified now because they saw that David trusted God enough that God would protect him when he fought the biggest guy that they had. So even though it seemed like David couldn't do much because he's a little guy. He's literally delivering food to his brothers because he's so little that they felt like that's all he could do. But that little guy is the one that trusted God enough that God used him in such a huge way that he took down a 9-foot man that was ginormous. But because he trusted God, God helped him, he helped him to win his battle. So I want you guys to take this story, and whenever you're doing something hard, and it seems like it's something that's too big for you, or you're too small for something, I want you to think about David. Think about those rocks that he picked, and he only needed 1 rock because he had God. He had God as his best friend, and God helped him to take down Goliath. So you can think about this story, and you can think about God helping you when you feel too small or you feel like you can't do something, and you can remember how huge God is. We might be little, but our God is so much bigger than anything we could ever do, and God is with us, and he helps us through life. So you can take this story and you can apply it to your own life, that even though you're little, you can still do huge things when you trust in God. So before we close, there's an old song that I want to sing with you guys. It's one that I used to sing when I was little. And it talks about how strong God is. It goes like this. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are his, the rivers are his, the stars are his handiwork too. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do for you. Okay, that's it guys for this week. Thank you for watching again. As always, I miss you. I can't wait to hug you. I'm praying for you. I hope that this is over soon so we can be back at church together. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Keep listening to your parents. Keep trusting in God. We're almost through this. We're almost there. I can't wait to see you guys. Have a great week. Bye. Got him.
Up. Oh. What the what? Oh, did it hit it? Ha ha ha.